Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the new blast rules, or should I say blast weapons, because there's a ton of new stuff. We had the 40k daily show today where they went over that. They went over some of the new Fabius Biles stuff as well, like they put an article up today. But really I just want to keep on the focus of blast weapons, but also the Deathguard stuff that was also dropped the other day. When I dropped my video the other day about the stuff they talked about, they then dropped an article about Deathguard. We went over it on the stream somewhat, and it was kind of hilarious because some of the stuff that the Deathguard are getting now is very, very powerful, in my opinion anyway. They're already at like a certain level, which I think is very competitive. But when you look at some of these stuff, I was just like, what? They get this and they get that now? This is ridiculous. How dare they get this? Space Marines definitely need a buff. That's all I'm saying. Space Marines need a new buff when it comes from GW. Anyway, let's jump in and let's read these articles. So let's start with the new rules, of course, which is blast weapons. This came from the 40k daily show today. I missed the first half of it. When I tuned in, it was all about the Fabius Biles stuff. So thank you, Tor, who was giving me the information up over on my member Discord server. I massively appreciate that. So in the background now, you're seeing the little blurb of text, and that is all to do with blast weapons. Now, I'm not going to read it all because that is just, I'm just going to give you the quick little summary, as we say. So basically, blast weapons work in two different ways. If you have a unit between 6 and 10, it works in one way, and if you have a unit that is more than 10, so 11 plus, it works in a different way. So first example, if you have a unit between 6 and 10, you're always going to make a minimum of 3 attacks. Now, the example they use here is a grenade, and that's probably the best example. So if you throw that D6 grenade at a unit of, let's say, 10 Space Marines, and you roll a 2, then that will always make a minimum of 3 against that 10-man squad. No matter what you're doing it, as long as it's got that blast profile listed, you're always going to make a minimum of 3. Now, if you have a unit that is more than 10, you're always going to make a max hit with that weapon. So again, if you throw a grenade at it and it has D6 hits, you're always going to be making the max amount of hits no matter what. It's just there. It's just a blast weapon. It's basically like the anti-horde type of weapon. So if you have a unit that can throw grenades, actually I think the Imperial Fist do have a stratagem where instead of shooting, they can choose to all throw grenades. So if you're throwing all your grenades, you're getting a max of D6 hits with possibly like a 10-man squad of Marines against like a big horde thing. That could be pretty devastating. Then again, you can argue, is it better to fight bolters, because statistically, if you're playing with Imperial Fist, you can get the bolter rule and stuff. That's probably going too far down the line, but this is what it is now. If you've got more than 11, you're getting max hits. If it's between 6 and 10, it's 3 attacks minimum. They do mention a couple of things that are going to be pretty cool with this. The Barb Strangle, it says Tyranids get to shoot up enemy hordes too. So, if you're thinking, I'm a Tyranid, I'm going to suffer from this. Some of your stuff have this. Death Strike missiles, they put on here, D-cannons, squig launchers. I'm actually going to say these blast kind of profiles, they're probably going to work best with the Imperial Guard and the Orcs. I do have an Orc friend, Mr. Gung, who plays Orcs. I'm thinking like is it like the tractor cannons and stuff like that, the amount of hits you can put on it or something strange. But Orcs, they have all these kind of mad weapons. So, if you are bringing hordes against Orcs, even though hordes are Orcs as well, of course, because boys and stuff, you always have to take boys and looters. I don't care what anyone says. Always take boys and looters to have the rule of cool when it comes to your list. I definitely think that the Orcs and, like as I mentioned, the Imperial Guard are definitely going to benefit from this when it comes to all their DACA that they can actually put out. Now, there is a downside to this, and it's all about the engagement range. This harkens back to the article the other day. This engagement range, this is like the new fancy term now. So it says blast weapons can never be used to make attacks against a unit that is within the engagement range of firing models units, even if the weapon has the pistol type or if the firing model is a vehicle or a monster. Firing high explosives at point blank range is simpler unwise. It probably is, because you're going to end up blowing yourself up in the lore. Anyway, so how this is basically going to work, again, we mentioned this more in the video the other day. If you get tagged or you are in the engagement range, and do my little air quotes here, let's say by Grots again, you're wanting to put all your tank weapons, like your heavy bolters and stuff, your flamers on your tanks, into those Grots to try and get them off your tank. You can still, with your blast weapon, pointing at a target across the battlefield and say, okay, I want to shoot at that horde over there or that unit and stuff like that. But unless that engagement range is broke, you won't be able to shoot that main weapon. So you can't just say, okay, you've tagged me in battle now, I'm just going to put all my blast things into all these bloody grots, because that's not allowed, and you'll just, it's like lore-wise and stuff, I think that's what they're trying to get at. It's unwise to put like a basilisk there, and it just lowers its gun right in front of it and goes, fire everything, because in the lore, that'll just completely destroy you and the enemy. Well, then again, that is probably dying for the Emperor and stuff like that. But yeah, you can't do it in the game. Anyway, so moving on to the Deathguard stuff, this is going to be a fun time. I'm kind of a very, very salty space marine at this moment in time. Please take this with like a pinch of banter, because that's what I'm taking it as. Deathguard, you sons of bastards. You've done it again. You've made me hate you even more than I should do. Because I've always seen Deathguard like at a certain level, and I think some of the stuff that's hinted at, well, not hinted at, shown off in here, is going to take him even farther, like killing him and stuff like that. So first, for example, is called the Demon's Toll, and this is for the Noxus Brightcrawler model only, which I can only think you can, well, I think you can only get this in the actual Dark Imperium set, which is going out of production very, very soon. So hopefully this model maybe actually be coming out as like, you can buy it separate along with like the Gravis stuff on the Ancient from that Dark Imperium box set, hopefully, fingers crossed. So it says models in the friendly Deathguard units, excluding Chaos Cultist and Poxwalker units, have a 5+ invulnerable save whilst they're within 7 inches of the model of your army with this relic. That, my friends, is not a fun thing, because now they have a 5+ invul save, they have their disgusting resilience save, their normal save. It's like, okay, how many saves can I give a Deathguard player? I don't know, all the saves. They can have it all. Take all the saves, because we will not die. That's basically Deathguard now. If you've got this thing like on you as like an aura, you're basically just not dying, because you just get all the fun saves. And some of the stratagems now, one command point is called Trench Fighters. Use this stratagem in the fight phase when a Plague Marine unit from your army is chosen to fight with, until the end of that phase. When a model in that unit fights, if it's equipped with 1 or more Plague Knives, it can make 1 additional attack with 1 Plague Knife. Now, I was talking to people on my stream the other day, and they were saying Plague Knives are free, so you don't have to actually buy them, you can just equip them to your guys, which seems fantastic for Deathguard. I was a bit confused about how many attacks Deathguard get. I thought it was like the Space Marines, where if they charge and stuff like that, they get an extra one. Well, they do get an extra one, but I thought like they have a base of like 2 attacks and stuff. They don't. They have a base of 1 attack, so all in all, I think you're getting like 31 attacks with this, if I'm not mistaken, if my math is right. So, again, that's pretty decent. And don't forget, Deathguard are hard to kill anyway. So, they're disgusting resilient, and maybe you have like that kind of aura on you, and you get like the 5+ invulnerable save as well. It's just not fair. At the end of the day, it's literally not fair. Again, Space Marines deserve a buff. GW, I cannot wait till we get our new codex. Hopefully, we just get something absolutely marvelous that counters all this, and then people can complain until they're blue in the face, and then I'll be laughing, because that is what we Space Marine players deserve. We deserve to be top tier, and everyone else deserves to be bottom. The next one is Overwhelming Generosity. Of course, Papa Nurgle loves everyone. Again, this is 1 command point. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Deathguard unit from your army, excluding Chaos Cultists or Poxwalkers, is chosen to shoot with, until the end of that phase, add 6 inches to the range of plague weapons. See Codex Deathguard, excluding melee weapons models in that unit are equipped with. So, of course, you can't have a 6-inch range of your melee weapons. You're not going to have like a big, like a sword on the end of like a brush pole or something hitting people. That's not going to happen. But someone mentioned like flame weapons and stuff like that. When it comes to Deathguard units, potential adding 6 inches to that, which is, again, it's just not nice. It is just not a bloody nice thing when you again, Overwatch, if you're making, I'm outside of your flamer range. No, no, you're not. I can do this, and you still got to get it and stuff like that. Yes, it's not something that I like, and again, I want it purged from the battlefield. And the last one shown off in this article is from the Karen Heaps, and I actually really like this one. I think it's very, very cool narratively anyway. So it says, use this stratagem before the battle. Select 1 Poxwalker unit from your army for 1 command point, or 2 Poxwalkers units from your army for 3 command points. You can set up these selected units underground instead of setting them up on the battlefield. At the end of your movement phase, for each of the units that are underground, you can set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is wholly within 9 inches of the battlefield edge and more than 9 inches away from enemy models. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. Again, someone mentioned on the stream last night, it's basically like a Gene Stealer cult thing, but it's it's given to Poxwalkers now. They're kind of like the zombies, like crawling out of the dirt, like brains kind of thing, Nurgle, all that kind of stuff. So I do actually like that. I think it's narratively wise, like poxwalkers rising up from the ground and like crawling towards you to basically kill you. We get a little warlord trait as well, eater plague. This is very, very cool, you know, if you basically just want to charge in and get some health and stuff. So it says, when an enemy model is destroyed as a result of an attack made with a melee weapon by this warlord regains up to 1 lost wound, to a maximum of 3 wounds per phase. So basically, you can get, you know, 3 wounds back max by killing stuff on the battlefield. Again, I think that is very, very cool. The problem I have at the moment with me and playing, like getting my stuff into melee, is that there's no benefit, really. I know you get like the -1 in the combat doctrine and stuff like that, but I want to get my chapter master into melee. I want to make like these awesome attacks, but as a Space Marine player, I'm just like an aura king. It's just like buffs, 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 buffs. So if they start giving me some stuff like this, where, you know, it's beneficial to move my HQs out and actually get them into melee, I think I'll start pushing my army up. This is why I'm so excited to see what some of the new like Space Marine melee stuff can do and everything like that, and hopefully some of the new melee changes in 9th edition, what that can possibly bring to Space Marine armies. Alright, Chaperoonios, that has been done for another video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. As always, I'd like to get your thoughts and feedback on the new Blast profile rules and stuff like that. Are you liking what you're hearing? Horde armies, do you love it? Horde armies, do you hate it? It really all depends, really, what you actually got. Again, I'm going to say it, I think Imperial Guard Orcs are going to benefit from this. Just like really the other day, I said, like, you know, monsters in forms of tyranny are really going to benefit from that kind of thing. I think everyone's getting something, a nice little slice of everything. I'm hoping to see more what the Space Marines will get and everything like that before I really make my decision. I'm definitely thinking of taking like a mechanized force for my Marines in the future, like dreadnoughts, tanks, and everything like that, because the way it's looking for vehicles, it is very, very, very exciting. But anyway, leave your thoughts and feedback down below, and we'll have a nice little chat down there as we always do. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching the video. See you now. Have a great day, and bye-bye.